Hi, it's Jerry Seib with the Wall Street Journal here in Denver for the Democratic Convention. I'm talking to Rahm Emanuel, who's the chairman of the Democratic House Caucus. And Rahm, I've got one and only one question for you.
That is so rare for a reporter and journalist.
It's true, but I'm going to stick to it. Tell me 3 things that Barack Obama has to do starting Friday, the day after the convention, to get to victory in November.
Most importantly, and I think they work together as kind of heads and tails, glove and, just will stick with heads and tails, which is he has to explain to people that the change he's talking about is specifically to the economic conditions facing middle-class Americans. It has got to be specific in its recipe, like a middle-class tax cut. I mean, I try to do this in my own thing, that Barack Obama, basically a tax cut you have earned, health care you can afford, a pension you can keep, and a college education you deserve. But that his change to Washington, which in the primary was about that Washington was failing, it is failing specifically on the economics and addressing the concerns that while your conditions and your challenges have mounted, Washington's response has been minimal. And I think that, and I know, and I can do something about it. I have the policies to do it. I have the will to do it, etc. Because it also has reverberates and it has, ripples beyond that. Because that will also convey to people that Barack understands their lives rather than them just understanding Barack's life. So I think that's key. And the second part of that is that John McCain has the same policies as George Bush that got us into this predicament. My change is about X, John McCain's is about Y. And lastly, while running for Congress or Senate, Jerry, requires people knowing, because you're a representative, we share the same views on health care, whatever. When you're voting for president, you want to know the policies, very high in the priority list. You want to know the person. You have got to convey 3 qualities of character: strength, confidence, and optimism. If you look back, let's just take Ronald Reagan. I can show you Bill Clinton's moments. I can show you failed as well as successful. When Ronald Reagan grabbed that microphone in the debate and said, "I pay for them," that was not a bout. That was a bout of his character and his strength.
Yeah, nobody remembers the question that led to that.
I don't.
They just remember the moment.
Right.
Yeah.
Second, when he got shot, his humor at that time, which also gave a sense of, a quality of his character, his confidence, his sense of ease at a moment. People remembered it when the Challenger went down under his banner. But I can give you moments in Bill Clinton's, during both, the bombing in Oklahoma, and his voice in soothing the country at that time. What is referred to now as the moment on Sister Souljah, but that was also more about just the culture, but a strength that he was willing to say to friends when they're wrong, and being honest with them.
But the Sister Souljah moment suggests you, in a campaign, you have to create your own moments to do those things.
Sometimes, Ronald Reagan wasn't created when he grabbed the mic. It was a natural reaction just to say. So I would say, so let's go through the 3. 1, that change is directed at the middle class and their economic condition. 2, that John McCain is George Bush's alter ego. And 3, that the qualities of strength, confidence, and optimism come across. And Barack has, in the primary, if you go look at it, has been successful in being the more optimistic candidate, the more confident candidate, and so that as and more sure of himself come across. That is when he's done best in an electoral setting.
Okay, we'll come back in November and see if it worked.
All right.
Thanks, man.
Thanks, Jerry.